Hello, my dears. Welcome to December in January. So today we are doing our last little stitch together, which is going to be our border stitch. So we're going to keep this really simple. And if you want to get creative as you go through the days of the month, honestly, I fully support that. Eventually, after we get through this first row, it just becomes like a normal canvas again, like just normal rows back and forth. So you can get really creative here. And I fully encourage you to do as much research as you want. At this point, you're probably better at this than me. So how do we get started? So you come to the end of your last row, you pull your yarn through your last stitch, tying it off, and then you're going to pop your hook through that last stitch, pull up a loop. You're then going to, when I get myself together, you are going to, oh my goodness, chain one. Make that nice and secure. Then you're going to do a single crochet in here or a double crochet in here. So you're just going to pop your yarn through, pull through, yarn over, as we've been doing forever. Then I would like you to chain one. Then you're going to do the same in that same spot. So another single crochet or double crochet. No more chains. That's kind of just made your corner. So then away we go. So I'm just going to carry on doing my single crochets. I'm going to, as you can see, I'm pulling the yarn I joined on the end of my last row with me as I go. This is kind of how we're going to deal with our ends, because we've got quite a few of them and that can get a little bit messy. And I can see you kind of wondering, okay, how is she figuring out where she's putting her border crochets? And I'll be honest, because we don't have a square and because we have so many different types of stitches, so many different sizes, it's really just going to be guesswork. We're just going to do our best. So try and keep them as even as possible. If you are really kind of set in it, keep a count of how many stitches you're putting on each side. You only obviously have to do that once because then you'll have a good solid number. And as you can see, I'm picking up ends as I go, and it's just making things really, really thick. So eventually I will cut these. Yeah, I would probably go back and remove a couple of this because I've come a bit far, so I'm all good. Okay, they're not perfect, but they are my best. So bear with me and we'll just talk about corners. So I'll leave this here, actually. I'll just come back and you can see we're kind of turning our work. You're not going to do this because you're going to be going all the way to the end of each side before you turn. But when you're looking at your second row, so your day, oh my goodness, 5 will be the first time you'll do this. Then you can change your stitch. Dun, dun, dun. Coming back, and again, it's just like normal. I'm just going into my little V's here. Top of the stitch. And if you change stitches, you can wing it, you can figure it out, you can make this as big as you like. Okay, so now I'm coming towards the end here, so you can see I've got my my kind of 3 little loops in here. So I'm going to find where I put my chain. Where did I put that pesky chain? There it is, in between those two. So I'm going to go into my chain, do my single crochet. I'm going to chain one again. Is that where it is? Maybe it's over one. It is over one. Look at that. Yeah, it's here. It must be here somewhere. Yeah, it's there. There we go. Pull through. Do my one. Do my chain. Turn my work. Go in. Pull up. Go through. And then I've turned. Now, because you're going to do a different day, different days for your corners, it might look a little different. You might kind of finish your row and then join your new yarn. Just join as we did before. And then just carry on. And that's what your border will look like. Oh my goodness. Okay, just to quickly add, when you are then coming into your second row, because I kind of cheated it a bit just to give you an example, I just chained one over here to kind of lift myself up into that next layer. You obviously have to do that when you get to your corner as well, otherwise you're kind of not adding any height. So my suggestion would be, when you finish this day and you're coming into this, next layer, and you've gone all the way around, chain an additional one And then that should give you the elevation to kind of keep going. Now, again, it's trial and error. You're going to figure it out. It's going to be fine. And I fully believe in you. I think you've come so far. You're probably way ahead of me on my blanket. You see, I'm kind of stuck on, when was this? August? July? So I'm still working through, but you're going to do great. You're going to thrive. It's going to figure itself out. And you know, you're wrapping up 2023, going into 2024, having taught yourself all of these different stitches and so many more. Look at the size of this thing now. It's huge. So make sure that you celebrate yourself, even if you're like me and you're like, do you know what? I'm just going to finish this right now. I'm not going to do, this is my 7-month temperature blanket. I'm just going to border it off now, which is, I'll be honest, probably what I'm going to do. That's amazing. Look at the size of this thing. Have you ever made a blanket before? If yes, if not, or if you've never made a crochet blanket before, you've just done it. That's fantastic. So make sure that you celebrate yourself. Make sure that you celebrate learning this new skill, no matter how far along you've come. If you're still looking at a little chain down here, celebrate yourself for that. You tried something new. It didn't work out. It wasn't for you. That's okay. And I wish you a really, really happy and healthy 2024. If you fall in love with crochet with me, that's fantastic. If not, I'd encourage you to have a look, try something else, see what works for you. And I wish you all the very best. Alrighty, take care. Bye.